Good morning, Lake Providence Church family and friends. Thank you so much for joining me for another health ministry update. I'm Dr. Linda Plummer Ward. Now that the numbers of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are steadily decreasing, and 40% of Davidson County population is fully vaccinated, we can escalate plans for reentry at the lake. This will be on the first Sunday in June, June 6th. We refer you to the website for the reentry conversation with Pastor Maxwell and the new document, Frequently Asked Questions, on our website and social media pages. Many of us are excited to return to in-person worship. Initially, we will safely seat 250 members who are registered, masked, and socially distanced. We expect to increase to more than 250 in the coming weeks. Now, baptism, communion, offertory period, and new member intake will look a little different so that it's modified for a safer experience. Expect the service also to be shorter. This will allow us time to get home for Sunday school, which will start online at 11 a.m. Now, for in-person worship, you're encouraged to bring your own Bibles, since no books, paper products, or the like will be available at your seats. In case you're one of those individuals who has a tendency to be cold, you may want to bring a wrap. The air will purposely be circulating, causing parts of the sanctuary to feel cool. Now, there will not be bus or shuttle service available. We will use two entrances to enter the church. The entrance under the canopy on the south side and on the west side in the area of the bell tower. The doors to the fellowship hall, the north doors, and the door near the choir room will not be available for entry. Each of us will be asked to show our love and courtesy toward each other and our concern for our health and well-being of all in-person worshipers by washing our hands, wearing masks, and social distancing. We will also avoid hugging, handshaking, and congregating inside the building for the same reason. Now, why are we continuing with these measures when they're being relaxed over a good part of the country? Well, Davidson County is still at medium risk for transmission of COVID-19. The CDC guidelines for not wearing a mask and not social distancing applies to fully vaccinated individuals. Now, some of us may be fully vaccinated, others of us may not. COVID-19 is airborne and causes asymptomatic infections. So for those who may not be vaccinated, they are still susceptible to having asymptomatic infections and spreading disease. We want to do our best to prevent exposure to the vulnerable ones among us. This is the best way to show love and care for each other and to ensure the safety of our church family. Now, to help us accomplish this, the deacons, greeters, and ushers ministries will direct us upon entry. The greeters at the entrance will do the screening, temperature, and questioning. The deacons will then, in the vestibule, help us with communion items and offering envelopes if needed. Online giving is recommended. In the sanctuary, the ushers will seat us. From the front of the sanctuary, we'll start our seating and move toward the back. The ushers will be our guide. Now, even though you registered for a zone that you'd like to sit in, you may not be able to do that. And you may not be able to sit in the same seat that you always sat in. The ushers have been working hard to make sure that we're seated safely by households, and we will use every other pew in the process. So please give them your patience and your cooperation. Now, it's very important that we arrive at 8:30 a.m. to get through this process so that we are seated by the time it's the 9 a.m. online service begins so that we can join our online worshipers on time. So we want to be in our seats at 9 a.m. And you know Pastor Maxwell, he'll begin at 9 a.m. if it's just him and Jesus. By the way, if any of us has a temperature or if we have symptoms identified with the screening questions, we agree when we register. You'll have to agree in order to register. It's part of the registration that we will not enter the sanctuary for the safety of our fellow in-person worshipers if we have a temperature or if we fail the questions at the entry. Instead, we will enjoy the service online elsewhere and consider consultation with a physician or COVID testing to make sure that we're healthy so that we can register for the following week's service. Vaccinations, online giving, and frequent LPMBC.org website and social media checks are recommended. Those for whom the website, social media, or registration is a challenge, we recommend that you call the church office at 615-833-5539 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday for assistance. Registration, masks, social distancing, and hand washing are required. Your prayers, your patience, and your cooperation are humbly requested by Pastor Maxwell and the ministries involved. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay prayed up.